Okay, I'm going to set up a new laptop. In this case, it's going to be a laptop swap. If this was a new user, the process would be similar. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so I got a new laptop here. Inside the laptop box, the new laptop comes an installation configuration checklist from somebody BDO hired anyway. I'm using this piece of paper to kind of keep track of what's going on. So the laptop and the piece of paper came out of the laptop box. The laptop box is now over there with all the rest of my crap. Okay. So the only list that I can go off of that we have of users is in 1Password because we don't have access to Active Directory or anything like that. So I log into 1Password. I know that yesterday in 1Password I go to the SCC3 laptops, and I know that yesterday the last person that I did was Judy Cheng. So today this laptop I will assign to, I believe this is Erica. We have two Liangs. We have Erica and we have Ellen. I don't know. Anyway, one of them has the whole, her whole name as, and the other one has Lang. I think this is Erica. Anyway, I'll show you how to figure that out. So in this case, I went back to, I'm going to use this one for Erica or Lang. So I jotted her name down right there, just noting that it's my intention to use this laptop for her. I kind of put this off to the side. Open the laptop. Fire it up. Okay, when you get to this screen where it says continue selected language, you can see continue selected language, then we hit the Windows key 5 times. Now we're here. It's magic. Okay, so now we can actually open a command prompt with a key combination. In this case, we use well, it should be Shift F10, but on Lenovo's, it's Shift Function F10 to get the function thing going. So I'm going to try and do this with my phone, but it's going to be kind of tricky. Anyway, remember, at this point, you do Shift Function F10. All right, Shift Function F10 got me here. Isn't that nice? Okay, great. Now, there's a couple things we can do here. If you're going to do a bunch of laptops, you don't need to connect a bunch of laptops in one day. You do not need to connect each one of them to Wi-Fi yet. In fact, for speed, I recommend you don't. But in this case, I'm going to connect it to Wi-Fi first, just so you see what's going on. In that case, we do start space ms dash available networks. And don't forget the colon, that's important. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Hit enter, and then magic, this shows up. All right, so in this case, I've got a guest Wi-Fi network set up called Freebird. I connect it, my password, there. Or maybe might work. Had to do it with one hand. All right. This really doesn't matter. I typically say no. Really, all you want to get out of here is network access. Now, remember, if you're doing a group of laptops, you really only need to connect the last one to Wi-Fi because you're going to use it to transmit the hash files, which we're about to do. Okay, so the hash files are created off this USB drive, and I'm going to send you a copy of this drive. Okay, so you stick it. Okay, you got to give this a minute, and it will assign it, usually it assigns it D. I'm going to pause till it does it. Okay, let's see if we got a D drive yet. D colon. Sure enough, got a D drive. All right, so there's a file on here. This file is from Microsoft. It's a I created it. The Microsoft created the PowerShell file. I added it to a batch file, renamed it as a command file. It's called get AutoPilot. All right. I made a few edits inside the thing, but there's nothing major in there. We'll check it out later. So in this case, run AutoPilot command file. It assigns everything that it needs, so you don't have to go in and tell it to run PowerShell in exclusivity mode and things like that. Okay, so it does everything you need. It's very nice. Take notice that this is the serial number of the PC that we just created. So we hit OK. Now it's going to create a file called comphash.csv. All right, that's the file that's created by AutoPilot command. All right, so in this case, all we got to do is rename that file to the very specific naming convention that Evan O'Byrne at Field Effect wants. So in this case, we're going to rename it. Rename. Hold on, I got to pause.